I knew something was wrong the moment I saw myself through the window. Not a reflection. Not a shadow. Me. Inside my house. She was laughing, sitting at my kitchen table like she belonged there. Wearing my clothes. Holding my mug. I froze. Because I had just gotten back after 6 months away. And no one was supposed to be home. My hand started shaking as I stepped closer. That's when she turned her head. And smiled. The same way I do. That's when it hit me, she wasn't pretending. She was comfortable. Like she had been living there for a long time. So tell me, what would you do if someone didn't just steal your identity, but replaced you completely? I didn't knock. I don't even remember deciding to open the door. My hand just moved. Slowly. Quietly. Like I was afraid of confirming what I already knew. The smell hit me first. Fresh coffee. Vanilla candles. Exactly how I used to keep it. Nothing was out of place. Not a single thing. And that made it worse. I stepped inside. My suitcase still in my hand. My heart pounding so loud I thought she'd hear it. But she didn't. She just kept laughing. At something on her phone. Like this was her life. I can't believe you said that, she said, my voice. Perfect. Same tone. Same rhythm. Same laugh. I dropped my bag. It hit the floor harder than I expected. She froze. Slowly turned her head. And for the first time, we made eye contact. It was like looking into a mirror. But wrong. Slightly wrong. Her hair was parted differently. A tiny scar above her eyebrow. Gone. My stomach dropped. That scar never fades. Hey, she said softly. Like she was greeting a stranger. Like I was the one who didn't belong. I couldn't speak. My throat felt locked. Because there was only one explanation forming in my head, and I didn't want it to be true. You're back early, she added. Casual. Relaxed. Like she had expected me, eventually. How are you here? I finally whispered. My voice cracked. Barely mine anymore. She tilted her head. Smiled gently. Almost sympathetically. I live here, she said. No hesitation. No fear. No guilt. That's not possible, I said. But even as I said it, I noticed something. On the counter, my keys. But not just one set. 2. Identical. Same worn-out keychain. Same scratch on the metal. Hidden clue number 1. I think you're confused, she continued. Standing up now. Slow. Careful. Like approaching something fragile. No, I said quickly. Backing away. This is my house. She didn't argue. Didn't react. Just walked past me. Calm. Too calm. And then, she picked up a framed photo from the shelf. Turned it toward me. My breath stopped. It was me. Standing next to my parents. Smiling. Birthday balloons in the background. But the date, stamped in the corner, was from 3 months ago. I wasn't even in the country. Hidden clue number 2. You've been gone a long time, she said quietly. But things didn't stop. My hand started shaking. That's not me. She looked at the photo. Then back at me. And for the first time, her expression shifted. Not fear. Not guilt. Concern. I think you should sit down, she said. Soft. Careful. Like I was the problem. That's when I heard the door behind me open. Hey, I'm home, I turned. My chest tightening instantly. It was him. My boyfriend. He walked in casually. dropped his keys, looked up, and froze. Not at her. At me. Confusion spread across his face. Slow. Uncertain. He said, looking between us. My heart jumped. This was it. He'd fix this. He'd tell her to leave. He'd recognize me. Right? Who is she? He asked. The room went silent. Not what's going on. Not why are you here. Who is she? I felt something inside me crack. She just walked in, the other me said softly. She's been acting confused. I turned to him. Desperate. It's me, I said quickly. Look at me. You know me. He hesitated. Studied my face. Longer than he should have. And that hesitation, that tiny pause, was everything. I don't, he said slowly. My world collapsed in that moment. Because it wasn't just her. It wasn't just the house. It was everyone. And suddenly, a terrifying thought hit me. What if I wasn't the one who came back? I laughed. I didn't mean to. It just slipped out. Sharp. Broken. Wrong. Stop, I said. Looking at him. Then at her. Just stop pretending. Neither of them moved. That was the problem. No reaction. No panic. No cracks. I've been gone 6 months, I said. I was in Madrid. You drove me to the airport. He frowned. Not like he remembered. Like he was trying to. And failing. I've never been to Madrid, she said gently. My stomach twisted. No, that's not, she means you, he added carefully. Looking at me like I might break. That's when I noticed something else. On the wall. A calendar. Circled dates. Notes written in my handwriting. Dinner with his parents. Doctor appointment. Movie night. All within the last 6 months. Hidden clue number 3. I don't understand, I whispered. Because either I was losing my mind. Or someone had replaced me perfectly. Maybe you should sit, he said again. Same tone she used. Same words. Why were they talking like that? Like they had already discussed me? No, I snapped. Backing away. I'm not crazy. Silence. Heavy. Uncomfortable. Then she stepped closer. Slow. Measured. You have a scar, she said. Pointing to my eyebrow. My breath caught. That's from when you fell off your bike, she continued. You were 8. I nodded instantly. Yes. Exactly. She smiled. Soft. Almost sad. I never had that accident. My brain stalled. Because she was right. My twin sister, she wasn't there that day. She was at a friend's house. She never got the scar. So why didn't she have it now? People remember things differently, he said quickly. Trying to smooth it over. No, I said. My voice dropping. This isn't memory. This was something else. Something precise. I turned suddenly. Rushed to the bedroom. Opened the closet. My clothes. All of them. Organized. Exactly how I left them. But something was off. I grabbed my favorite jacket. Checked the pocket. Gone. The small folded note I kept there. Always. 4 years. Gone. Hidden clue number 4. What are you looking for? She asked from the doorway. I turned slowly. Studying her. Really studying her. Every movement. Every breath. Every blink. She didn't hesitate. Didn't mimic. She knew. "You've been here the whole time," I said. It wasn't a question anymore. She didn't deny it. "I had to," she replied quietly. The air shifted. "Had to?" I repeated. Her eyes flickered. Just for a second. Fear. "There are things you don't understand," she said. "There are things you're not telling me," I shot back. We stood there. Mirrors facing mirrors. Then he stepped between us. "Enough," he said firmly. Looking at me. Not her. "I don't know what you think is going on," he continued. "But you need to leave." Leave. My own house. I felt anger rise. Hot. Sharp. Blinding. "Ask her something," I said quickly. "Anything only I would know." He hesitated. Then sighed. "Fine." He turned to her. "What did we do on our anniversary?" She didn't even blink. "We stayed in," she said softly. "You burned the pasta." A small smile. "And then we ordered takeout." His face relaxed. Relief. Like that proved everything. But I felt cold. Because that wasn't what happened. Not exactly. "We didn't order takeout," I said slowly. They both looked at me. "We went out," I continued. "To that small Italian place you hate." Silence. Confusion crossed his face again. Just for a second. Mini crack. Twist building. Then, she spoke. "No," she said gently. "We talked about going." She stepped closer. "But we didn't." My heart started racing again. Because suddenly, I wasn't sure anymore. The memory felt real. Clear. But theirs was stronger. Backed by certainty. By presence. By time. And that's when the first real fear hit me. What if they weren't lying? What if my memories were? I couldn't stay still. Every corner of the house felt foreign. Like I was walking through someone else's memory. I grabbed my phone. Checked the photos I'd taken before leaving 6 months ago. All there. All mine. Except one. A screenshot. A text from my sister, to my boyfriend. It said, "Don't worry, I'll handle her when she's back." My hands went cold. That wasn't casual. That was planning. I ran to the living room. She was sitting there. Calm. Smiling. Like she hadn't just plotted the perfect replacement. "Why?" I asked. My voice shook. "Why do this? Why replace me?" She didn't flinch. She didn't stammer. She leaned back. "I didn't replace you," she said softly. "I became you, because I had to survive." My head spun. Survive? What do you mean? This is my life. It's always been both of ours, she said. Do you really think no one noticed you were gone? My stomach dropped. She wasn't just a twin. She knew everything about me. Every habit. Every routine. Every lie I'd never told anyone. And him? I asked. Pointing to my boyfriend. He didn't notice, she said lightly. Because you never told him the truth either. I froze. The betrayal wasn't just hers. It was mine too. Suddenly, my phone buzzed. A notification. From a hidden folder I didn't recognize. Photos. Videos. Notes. All documenting my life, step by step. Every conversation. Every email. Every secret. My heart sank. This wasn't just identity theft. This was a full-scale life takeover. She had my life, perfected. My friends didn't know the difference. My work didn't notice. Even my family had started treating her like me. And the worst part? I realized I had never truly known her. Not in the way I thought. Why didn't you stop me? I demanded. Why let me live like this? She sighed. It's not like I had a choice. A sudden knock at the door. My blood ran cold. It was my mother. She stepped inside. Looked at both of us. And smiled. Good, she said. You're both here. Finally. My stomach churned. What do you mean? I shouted. She walked closer. Your father and we needed someone to keep the family stable while you two were apart. I felt like I'd been hit. But it was worse than that. They had orchestrated this. The disappearance. The replacement. Even my twin was a pawn. You helped her? I whispered. My voice cracked. Not helped, my mother said. Trained. We needed her to know you, so no one else could take what's ours. I backed up. Everything shattered. My home. My identity. My family. And if I fight back? I asked. Expose her? Expose all of this? My mother's eyes hardened. You'll destroy us. Destroy yourself. And she'll survive. Always. I felt trapped. Like the world I knew had vanished. And suddenly, the final piece clicked. The second twist. It wasn't just replacement. It was control. Everything I remembered. Everything I thought was mine. Had been manipulated. I fell to my knees. Breathless. Shaking. Because I realized. The life I wanted back. Might never exist again. I couldn't move. My body refused. My mind was spinning faster than I could think. She, my twin, sat across from me. Calm. Collected. Almost human again. Why? I whispered. Not for explanation. For confirmation. Because you left, she said softly. You left me behind. You had your life. I had nothing. I swallowed hard. It hit me. She didn't just replace me. She was surviving. She was fighting. She was me, in her way. My mother's words echoed, control. Stability. Family first. I looked around the house. Everything was still my life. But every piece, tainted. I remembered the hidden clues. The keys. The photos. The secret folder. All proof that my life had been mapped, monitored, rehearsed. I wanted to scream. To break everything. To reclaim what was mine. But then I realized something worse. If I exposed her, I'd destroy her. And my family. If I did nothing, she would continue living my life. Even perfectly. I felt rage. Hurt. Confusion. Betrayal. And something like guilt. You're not just my sister, I said slowly. You're me. And I'm not sure what that even means anymore. She looked at me. A flicker of sadness. I didn't ask for this either, she whispered. I sank to the floor. Staring at the carpet. The life I knew. The life I thought was mine. All gone. I could take everything back, I said. But then. I'd be destroying you. She nodded. Almost relieved. We sat in silence. The tension pressing, suffocating. And then my mother said softly, sometimes, the truth is more dangerous than the lie. I realized she was right. I had a choice. A moral dilemma. Expose her. Take my life back. Risk everything. Or protect her. Keep her secret. Sacrifice my sense of self. I looked at her. The person who shared my face, my body, my history. The one who had lived my life better than I ever could. And I understood. There was no right answer. Only survival. Because in a life stolen and rewritten, sometimes the hardest choice isn't about reclaiming what's yours. It's about deciding who deserves to survive. I sat there, heart pounding, shaking. The weight of betrayal and love and confusion pressing me into silence. And I knew. No matter what I chose, nothing would ever be the same. If you found out the truth, would you expose them or protect them?